This is the Digiboy from Tama Team. Let's open the digital gate. Yo, what's up guys? It's your boy, the Digiboy here, back at it with another YouTube video. So today we have a video of me to the right piloting gallantmon Crimson mode, and my teammate and friend Jeremy from Tama Team piloting his blitz shoutmon deck he made. It's a pretty janky deck, and it does brick his shoutmon deck, but it does add that pressure to me when I played this match because it was scary. So we decided to roll the dice here. I roll a 2, and Jeremy ends up rolling a 1, so I have to start it off. So I take a look at my hand, and I have a pretty bricky hand. No rookies, just a level 4, level 5. So I actually just decide to hard drop the Takato, passing him to 3. He draws for a turn. He hatches a Gurrymon here. I think he chooses to digivolve into a Hawkmon to draw 1. I think right about now he chooses to probably play another Hawkmon to search for his dual color, since his blitz deck does run a lot of dual color cards. So he pays 3 memory to play down, play down a Hawkmon here to reveal the top 4 cards of his deck and add 1 2-color card among them to a hand, and place the remaining at the bottom. And as you can see, that's a whiff. There goes those Tamers and all those other level 4s. So let's see how he decides to pass turn here. Looks like he's looking at his hand. He decides to pay 2 memory to digivolve his Hawkmon into Dino Humon. Then I draw for turn because it passed over to me. So I decide to hard drop the Growlmon because I need some sort of board presence, and I actually didn't end up drawing a rookie, so that sucks for me. But it's a level 4 for only 4 cost, putting him at 2. He draws for turn and decides to move out his Dino Humon. And it looks like here, I think he might go for the Sylphie play. Yeah, look, he's thinking about it. Yeah, he decides to go for the Sylphiemon play, putting me to 2, but when digivolving, pop a 5k or less, I'm pretty sure. So it actually ends up popping my Growlmon. So I finally draw the rookie, I hatch my GG, digivolve into ex2 Gumon and draw. And then I digivolve into the, pretty sure the ex2 Growlmon, yeah, because I think all I needed was a rookie. I draw, and unfortunately I don't have the starter deck Growlmon, so I actually digivolve into the ex2 Growlmon, because I like to have a lot of security attack to add that early pressure to my opponent, so I pass him over to 3. I think he's contemplating his decisions here, because I'm pretty sure he's a little bit afraid that I have the War Growlmon and the Takato on board, so I could blitz for like 3-4 checks. Yeah, but it looks like he decides to swing the Hawkmon at security, hits into a starter deck Agumon, killing it by just 1k. The 1k difference, at least. And I think he might choose to digivolve the Sylphiemon. No, I think it actually, he decides to pay 3 to actually play his Tamer, Yoloi Inoi, whatever her name is. It's kind of hard to pronounce. To set up for like future turns, and he decides to pay 4 to digivolve into shoutmon DX. And yeah, I reach over to draw because I thought it was over, but I forgot it has blitz because it's a blitz deck. So he decides to use his effect to, I think, put an Omni shoutmon under there, giving it security attack +1 if the Digimon has blitz. And he swings at security for 12k for 2 checks and effective Gurrymon to draw 1 since it's 6k or more. Unfortunately for me, he hits into the Gallantmon and a War Growlmon, the Gallantmon just being 1k off from killing him. So I draw for turn at the start of my turn. Then I digivolve into the ex2 Gallantmon, passing him over to 1 to draw. I go ahead and swing, but I actually think I decide to swing into a shoutmon to get rid of it instead of security, since I'll only do 1 check anyway. So I think I decide to get rid of the bigger thing, to get rid of the board presence, yeah. I swing into a shoutmon, and I think do I forget to tap the Takato? No, because I'm at 0. Yeah, I think, I decided to play the Gumon, and I forget to tap the Takato. So I reveal the top 4 with the ex2 Gumon, and I decide to grab the Crimson mode, because that's the only thing I can grab. But unfortunately for me, I could have memory choked him at 2, but instead he hatches a Gurrymon and digivolves into shoutmon and draws. And as you can see, I actually forget to pick up the Crimson mode there. I finally remember to do it. And for some weird reason, he digivolves his Tamer, Yoloi, into an Agunimon, which usually hybrids are used to swing for game, but for some reason, I think he just wanted to get rid of my board presence a little bit with the Gumon, because he decides to Digivolve into the Sylphimon for 4, putting me to 3, and popping my Gumon. So I draw, and then I hatch my GG, obviously unsuspend my gallantmon. I think about my hand here, if I should swing, but yeah, he gets blitz, so I actually decide to Digivolve into starter deck Agumon to draw, to get my hand a little bigger so I have more choices. Then I decide to Digivolve starter deck Greymon for 2 to draw here, and then I decide to swing at security. Then I use the DP boosting effect of plus 2000, since I'm allowed to pop a 6k, but I can add 2000 any DP deleting effect, so I pop the Sylphie, I swing for a 1 check, and then I draw off the GG, hitting into an Omni Shout, so I'm fine. So I think I was at like 14k, because Gallantmon gives itself plus 2000. And I think hopefully I remember to tap the Tocado. Yeah, look, I'm thinking about Digivolving, so then I remember to tap the Tocado, Digivolve into the ex2 Wargrawmon, putting him at 1 to memory choke him, because I don't want to give him too much memory here. So, you know, the game's going pretty good. I'm at 2 security, he's at about 3. And I think the game's pretty good because I got rid of his board presence here, because of his shoutmon's gone. So, let's see. I think he's contemplating moving or keeping it in. So I think he decides to pay, maybe 2 memory for something. Yeah, he decides to pay 2 memory to Digivolve into Dino Humon and draw. Then I draw for turn, obviously. Then I push out my Wargrawmon, so I can probably have 2 Gallantmons on the field because of my blitz from the Tocado. I always forget to unsuspend my stuff sometimes. Yeah, look, my Tocado's still tapped, so I have to unsuspend that later, but I always forget. Here, and yeah, I think I'm gonna ask him. Yes, I'm thinking here. Then I ask him how many cards are in his trash, because I'm thinking of doing a Crimson mode play. But there was only, I think, around 7 in his trash, so it didn't matter. So I just decided to go for the starter deck Gallantmon Blitz play instead. To draw, I put him at 2. I had to move the dice out the way. Then I swing for, I think, a 1, 2, 3 checks at security. And I think he's at 11. I think he's at 16, because plus 3,000 from him. And that's 3 checks with blitz, and then, yeah, I hit into a Lightning Joust, a Greymon, and a Shoutmon, and he's at 2, and I couldn't tap anything or gain any memory, because there was nothing to delete. So it looks like here he decides to push out his Dino Humon after drawing, and I think about right here is where he kind of sees he loses the game, but I think he just decides to maybe make one last-ditch effort to do this here. Yeah, so I think he decides to, I think here he decides to pay 1 memory to play a Lightning Joust, giving it security attack plus 1 and plus 2000 DP, and then plays another one, putting him to 0. So it's at security attack plus 2 and 9k. So he's trying to make a last-ditch effort here, since he already knows he's going to lose next turn. And he doesn't have any tamer or anything. So he's going to swing, do 2 checks at 9k, he's going to hit into an Aguni and a Wargrowl, surviving by just a 1k difference. And I think he's just gonna contemplate here, but I think he's just gonna end up playing a tamer or something, and then passing the turn. So let's wait it out here. Yeah, so I think he's searching through his hand to find some sort of win condition, but overall he just ends up playing the Yaloi tamer again. Yeah, putting me to 3, playing the Yaloi tamer. I draw, I don't even hatch because I already have game, so I swing with Gallantmon for 1 check. And then I just swing starter deck Gallantmon for game. Now time for game 2. Game 2 here, we cut our decks, and I think we set up for the next game. So here I'm a little bit confident because I've already won game 1, but I think this is where my downfall gets me. So we set up here, and I think after a little bit of chat, he decides that I will go first. So pick up my cards, check it out. I actually have a rookie this time, so I hatch my Gigimon. I Digivolve into starter deck Agu to draw, then starter deck Greymon, putting him at 2, and I draw. So, and then I end up laughing because there's people behind the camera just being fools while we're trying to record. So he hatches his GG after drawing. Oh no, yeah, he forgot to draw. I thought he drew. Then he Digivolves into BT5 Shoutmon and draws. He really loves Shoutmon in this deck. But I think this is where he had a pretty bricky hand. So I think he decides to play his Tamer. Yeah, he decides to play his Yaloi Tamer right about here. So he plays the Yoloi Tamer, passing me over to 1, and I just play my Tai Kamiya and pass him over to 3. He's at 3, so he draws for turn. So I think here... Yeah, so he's gonna... Most likely he's gonna push out a shoutmon to gain that 1 memory from Yoloi. Because if you have a red Digimon play, you gain 1 memory at the start of your main phase. So he ended his raising phase, gained the memory, he's now at 4. And I think right about now he's gonna play another Searcher shoutmon here. Yeah, to reveal the top 5 cards of his deck and add 1 card with shoutmon in his name and 1 card with blitz. So he does a pretty iffy reveal. It's kind of a whiff. He got the other shoutmon, but everything else went to the bottom. The Sylphie, the red memory boost, and all that good jazz. So I think he's contemplating what to do here because he kind of had a pretty whiffy. I think he was searching for his champion, the level 4. So he actually decides to hard call another shoutmon to reveal the top 3, 4, 5. And I think he's actually able to grab the Shoutmon DX and the other shoutmon. But unfortunately for him, he sends his only level 4 to the bottom. I decide to hardcast the Gumon because I don't have a level 5, putting me to 0. And then I just go ahead and Digivolve into starter deck Growlmon, putting him to 2 and drawing. And then I just fix my cards after I knock them and they just fell back down. So he hatches and draws. Well, he draws and then hatches his Gurymon. He was thinking about it. He Digivolves into Hawkmon to draw. I think here he... I don't know. He might actually play another Shoutmon, which is really weird. Because I'm pretty sure he was searching for his level 4, but he couldn't find it. Because he actually ended up getting another rookie out, and then the camera gets knocked here. And then he plays the shoutmon, all 4 of his shoutmons, that's the last one, to reveal the top 4, and then the camera readjusts, thanks to my friend, to the top 5, and then he actually is able to grab the, I think he grabs the Betel Gammamon, and has to bottom deck the rest, because there's no shoutmon, because the Betel Gammamon has blitz. So I think he's gonna, before he digivolves or anything, he's gonna choose to, yeah, that he's saying that one can't attack. He decides to swing 1 check at security, they both die because they're both 1k. Because of the Gumon. He decides to swing another check. I actually end up getting a Takato, which is actually really nice for future turns. Because that Takato is going to be perfect. Then he decides to pay 2 and Digivolve into Betel Gammamon to pass the turn and draws. Then I go to 3 because of my tie. I actually decide to play the Searcher Gumon here to reveal the top 4 cards of my deck. Yeah, and then I think I decide to grab the... I was actually a little confused because I thought I revealed 5, but I completely forgot I played the Gumon, so I decided to grab the War Growlmon and bottom deck everything else. Having a little trouble there. So then I think I actually end up misplaying here by accident. Yeah, I think I end up misplaying here by accident, so that's kind of my bad on my part. Because I think I swung with the Gumon, even though I just played it. Yeah, looks like I'm getting ready to swing it. So I actually end up swinging the Growlmon and drawing, and then I actually swing the Gumon at security, even though I already played it, so it died, and then I Digivolve into the starter deck War Growlmon to put him at 3 and pass. Yeah, so I misplayed there. That was my bad, guys. Kind of in the heat of the moment. So he pushes out his Hawkmon after drawing, and I think he pays 3 memory to Digivolve to Omni Shout and draw, and he was at 4 because he gained the memory from the Yoloi Tamer because of his red Digimons. And yeah, I guess nobody corrected me because I don't think anybody was paying much attention. So then I think he decides to go Shoutmon at security. He checks into a Gumon, it dies. Then yeah, I actually had to edit some parts out here because we were just like playing around for way too long and the game didn't actually progress. So I had to cut some parts out, that's why there was like a little skip there. So I'm just hand shuffling here, waiting for his decision, but I think he's gonna go for the Shoutmon DX play because I think he picked it up earlier. Yeah, I think he might set me to 3. He's just thinking about it. And then he decides to set me to 3, Digivolve into Shoutmon DX, gaining that blitz and drawing. And I think he actually drew into the level 5 he could have put under there. So he actually ends up putting, for some reason, a Sylphimon, because I think that's the only one he can put. And yeah, it's one attacking, delete a 5k or less, so I think he put it under, because it was the only one, but also it can pop my Growlmon. So yeah, it's going to blitz swing, pop the Growlmon, swing for 2 checks. Yeah, and I think he had game here, because I push out the War Growlmon here. And then I contemplate, because, well, there's not much, but I just decide to go ahead And I think Digivolve into Gallantmon. ex2 Gallantmon, obviously, putting into 1 to draw. I go ahead, use the yeah, I think about tapping, but then I forgot I have to swing with the blitz. I use this effect to pop the Hawkmon, giving me security attack +1. I think, yeah, it's security attack +2 because of the Greymon. Then I tap the Takato to go back to 0. So it's going to be 3 checks at, I think, 16k, because +2000 and +2000 from itself. And I draw off the GG, so it's going to be 16 for, no, it's 4 checks, actually. Oh, yeah, because of the tie. So I think there I hit into, like, an Omni and a bunch of other stuff. And then I'm kind of stuck here because I don't know what to do, because I couldn't risk swinging into the Shoutmon. Because if I swung into the Shoutmon, I wouldn't be able to get those checks. So I think I actually decide to go into Crimson mode here to pop the Shoutmon. To, like, make one last ditch effort, yeah. We were just joking around, and then I decide to Digivolve into Crimson mode, putting him to 6 and popping the Shoutmon. So here, I think just for safety, he draws. He decides to hatch the Gurrymon, Digivolve into BT6 Shoutmon and draw. I think he's searching for the Aguni for game, and he actually pays 2 memory and ends up getting the Aguni. He swings, and then we move on to Game 3. This is the final match in Game 3. So, this was a pretty short match, actually. Because we just played a little fast because we were all in a rush. They had to go get their food, and I had to leave. So, I actually decide that since I lost, I think he goes first. Yeah, I tell him to go first because, well, I was a little risky with my hand. I didn't want to have to break again. So, he hatches his Gurrymon, yep. Then he Digivolves into BT5 Shoutmon to draw. And I think he's just either going to do a Tamer play or another Digivolution. But, and there's my friend Nick's hand. He was just fucking with us. It's funny, so I'm not going to edit it out. But I think he decides to Digivolve into, yeah, a Agunimon, because he didn't have any level 4, so that's all he had, and he wanted to progress. So I draw for turn. I just decide to hard drop the Takato, because I have another bricky hand, putting him to 1. He draws for turn here. And I think, yeah, he decides to play a Searcher, which is the Shoutmon. He reveals the top 5, hitting a red memory boost, Gamamon, Shoutmon DX, Hero, and Baitel Gamamon again. So he tries to grab the Baitel Gamamon and Shoutmon DX. And I just decided to play the red memory boost before he even finishes searching, because, well, we're a little bit on time. And I'm really mad here because I reveal a Megidramon and 2 more Takatos, so that means 2 of my Takatos are at the bottom of the deck. Yet I still have the red mem, which gave me the Growlmon, but I still was looking for a rookie the whole time, so that's what's kind of disappointing, because 2 of my Takatos are on the bottom, and I didn't even get a rookie. So now it's passing over to him. He's out 1. He decides to swing Shoutmon at security, hitting into the Gallantmon. It dies. And he decides to pay 2 to play another Shoutmon, revealing the top 5. I draw. Looks like he decides to hatch my GG right away. Yeah, I always move faster because we didn't have much time. Digivolve into Agu, draw. He does this drive to grab the Shoutmon DX and Omni Shout. I Digivolve into Growlmon for 2. Go to 0, and I draw. I think here, either, yeah, I decided to just Digivolve into War Growlmon, putting him to 3, drawing 1 card. So then it's his turn, so he draws. I think here, I had an interesting hand. It was kind of interesting, because, you know, I had to get my board presence up a little bit, so he has his Shoutmon on the field and his Aguni and raising. So I think he decides to, yeah, push out his Agunimon. And then I think he decides to Digivolve into the Omni Shout, yeah, from his hand. Drawing 1, and I think he might, yeah, he pays 4. Yeah, he's going for the blitz play again. His whole deck is just about blitzing Shoutmon, but I think he takes back his turn because he didn't draw yet, and he decides to swing with the Shoutmon first, and then he pays the 4 to Digivolve into the Shoutmon DX. I think this deck is actually really consistent and very aggressive, because he always got that Shoutmon DX out. It's about blitzing in for like 3 checks. But Gallantmon kind of does that a little better, because it also allows to gain memory, putting it back to your turn, and maybe even going for a Crimson mode. I don't think he has another good level 5, like another Omni Shout, so he actually decides to put a Sylphimon under it to swing, not popping anything, but it's going to be 2 checks. I think at 12k, he hits into a Gallantmon and a Takato, so I play the Takato off its effect, and he hits into 11k Gallantmon. So I draw, so Shoutmon is still alive. I push out my War Growl, and I decide to go ahead and go play the tide to go to 0. Then I think I decide to go into ex2 gallantmon there, because I wanted to play the tide to have my memory tamer and that security attack +1. So yeah, I actually think, because I think I misplayed here, because I wanted to do something else. But, yeah, because I forgot to pop the red mem boost, and I was like, oh, I'll just take it back, but then I already drew the card. That's why I had it face down, so I just decided to go with it. I decided to swing over the shoutmon, tapping both Staccatos to go back to 2, and then it's his turn. Because I could have popped the mem boost to gain 2, and then instead of going to 2, I would have gone back to 0, leaving it still my turn. So I kind of misplayed, so he hatches into the Gurrymon, Digivolves into Hawkmon, draw. But I think I'm still at a pretty good position, because I got rid of his level 6, his board presence. He pays 2 memory to Digivolve into Beetle-Gamamon to draw. And then I think he decides to play his Yanoi Tamer. Yep, he plays his Yanoi Tamer, putting me to 3. I draw. I untap everything. I actually end up, untap. I actually end up hatching another GG. Get another one on there. Digivolving Agumon to draw. Let's see. Yeah. Because we were kind of rushing through this game because it was kind of late and we all had to go. So then I swing, I think, 2 checks at security because of the tie. And there's nothing to pop, so I never get that extra. Hitting into 2 straight lightning jousts, so it's kind of bad for me because he has those in hand now. And he's at less security, so I decided to actually play the red memory boost here to reveal the top 4 cards in my deck. Yep, there we go. I look at him, and I think I decide to grab the Greymon here for that extra security attack. I'm thinking about it too, because I don't know what to grab. So I actually ended up grabbing the Greymon, putting the rest at the bottom. Because I think I had all my pieces in hand, I just need another level 4 with the extra aggressiveness. Here, yeah, alright, so I decided to pop the red mem boost, because I have 2 now. Digivolve into Greymon for free, go back to 0, draw. I think I decided to pop the second mem boost here, going to 2. Digivolving into a War Growl, so I can quickly leave him at 1 memory choking him. Because I don't think he plays the hero in this deck, but I think he just kept bottom decking the hero because of the searches and the shoutmon. So he draws and pushes out his Beetle-Gamamon. Yeah, I think I have game next turn, because there's not much he can do, because I don't think he has the Shoutmon DX in hand, or a level 5 right now. No, I think he has the level 5, I don't know. Yeah, no, he doesn't. He decides to spring the Beetle-Gamamon, and it actually survives because of my starter deck Agu that was in security, so that sucks. But I don't think he can do much here because, yeah, I think he had the Aguni in hand, but he was telling me he just needed 1 more memory. Thank God I decided to memory choke him, or else I would have lost the game there. So he checks his trash, because I think he's really out of options on what to do here. Yeah, there's just me hand shuffling, because I'm pretty sure I'm a little confident I got game. Because I memory choked him. Yeah, so he decides to put me to his 3, and just Digivolve into Chimeramon. And then I draw, so all my stuff gets minus. I think he's going to do minus 3k on it, because I think he's going to put something under there. He is going to put the Sylphie. Yeah, he's putting the Sylphie, so everything gets minus. So only my Gallantmon gets minus 3k. Except the War Growl, because I just moved it out. Yeah, and he was just explaining to me, because I kind of forgot, even though I play that card. So I unsuspend, I draw, and, yeah, I was just telling him how, let's see. Yeah, so the Chimeramon suspended, he forgot, so he just taps it. I think I was just asking how much DP it was, AK, if it had any DP boosters on my turn. So I just decided to swing. I use Gallantmon's effect to minus 8k towards it, so it dies. Because 6k plus 2k for my red tamer, then tap 2 Staccatos to gain to literally go to 6. It's going to be 3, that's going to be just the rest of his security, hitting into a Sylphie, a Shoutmon DX, and the Omni Shout, and I move everything out to go Aguni for game. Well, that's it, guys. Thanks for tuning in. Sorry, guys, my voiceover cut off, but I wanted to say thanks for tuning in. The winner is Gallantmon Crimson Mode. Here's the 2 deck lists if you want to try it out. Digiboy, out.